if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Let's freaking go! Thank you. What's up, everyone? Welcome, everyone. Take your seats, ladies and gents, because we're ready for the show. We're doing it live. What's up, everyone? Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to the Peti Kish Live. I'm back for this weekend's topics of the week and what we have to see for this week. There's a couple of big ones here and a couple of hit or misses, but we're just going to talk about things that we've had in general this week. This week was, for me personally, very hectic. But I tried doing as much as I could for this week. It was a very, very hectic week for me personally. But I'm here now. I'm ready to go. And there's a lot of things I still have to do in the background. So I don't know how long this stream will be. I'll try to make it as short as possible if I can. But we'll see how long everything goes. In general, depends how interesting these topics will be or not. We'll see. Fast topics and the main topics itself. Okay, so let's get that. So what's happening? So let's start with this. New video just got uploaded to the channel, guys. If you haven't seen it yet, after you finish the stream or watch it later, whatever, put it in your background. If you guys want to, you can check out the new tribute video I made. It took me a couple of weeks to do this, on and off. It was a very difficult thing to do, to edit this video. So it is a long one, guys. Keep in mind, it's a long one. So here it is. I posted it. There you go, guys. And you can see it right here if I click on it. Let me click on the post. But you guys can check it out on the channel itself right now. There you go, the thumbnail. It's an Uncharted tribute video. So if you guys are fans of the Uncharted franchise, this will be super nostalgic. There's little music in the background, some good elements, plots. Everything I try to put in, shorten a lot of it and try to impact it in like a 30-minute video, about 30 minutes or so. I tried skimming through it. I tried taking parts out. There's some parts I wanted to put in there because they're super nostalgic, super memorable parts in the Uncharted franchise. And Uncharted, if you guys don't know, is one of my favorite franchises, one of my favorite franchises of all time. Like, straight up, when I was a teenager, I would play the heck out of Uncharted. I would get all the trophies. I would platinum them. Like, everything about Uncharted, I consumed. I loved Uncharted as like a teenager. You know, as an adult, I went back, I skimmed through it, and I kind of miss, and I want to do a playthrough for these again. I just love this franchise. It's so good, Uncharted. But, so this, I literally titled, Nathan Drake is not a hero, but a treasure hunter that for what he did, defined him. And then, fan tribute. So you're going to get all of what happened with Nathan Drake on his adventure and pretty much sum it up in a 30-minute thing, glance through the whole thing. There's music in the background. You know, it's more of like, I guess it's more just a memory lane kind of thing, just looking back at it. A tale of the legendary treasure hunter, Nathan Drake. There you go. Nathan Drake. There you go. So yeah, definitely check that out. That is on the channel if you want to check that. I don't know. I'll probably link in the, probably just link it later down the line. But it's on the channel. If you just click on the channel, it's like the first thing that comes up, the first video. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know about that, first of all, because I put a lot of hard work into that one. You know, on and off, I had to do some things, but it was a ride for sure. I love going back and rewatching these, especially when you're doing these videos. I just love looking back and seeing like what I remembered and be like, holy shit, this was amazing. And it's still amazing. I can't believe how good this is, you know? And today's games, I can't say that all the time. It is good. Some things are good, but some things are just really mid to just mediocre, to be honest. But Uncharted is one of those franchises that still sticks with me, so I just want to bring that up. So let's go into these fast topics, guys, then. Let's get started. So before we do that, actually, like the stream, guys. Like the stream. And if you're new here and if you're lurking, why not sub to the channel? There's a lot of things on here, like this live stream I'm doing right now. A lot of videos, especially with the tribute video. I have a whole category of tribute videos I do. A lot of different gaming, movies, TV shows, entertainment, pulp culture, all sorts of things on here. I like to talk about different things on here, very topical. If you guys are new here, why not sub to the channel itself? I'd really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. And like the stream. Do anything, please, if you could. Like the stream. Get those emojis going. Comment or use the chat. Anything, guys, would be appreciated. It does help. It makes YouTube likes that algorithm when there's stuff moving. If nothing's moving, they don't really like that as much. It's just a fact. Okay. This is going to be interesting. So, let's go into these fast topics real quick. I'll just start with this one first. So apparently Mortal Kombat 3 in the works at Warner Bros. So what happened was this movie was supposed to come out this October for Mortal Kombat 2 movie with Johnny Cage. It was supposed to come out, but it got postponed into spring or summer, something like that. So they're so confident that they're ready in the works of making a Mortal Kombat 3 movie. Now, I question that. How is that possible? Because what even happened that got so pushed back, postponed, when it was supposed to come out right now in October? What happened there? It's so questionable. Like, did they have to change some things dramatically? Dramatically change the frame of it? Like, did something with reshoots or some sort of change in how something's acted? Maybe a new script, a new part of it. I don't know. Something happened in between that was postponed. Maybe it was fan feedback. Maybe a lot of them did not like some stuff in the movie and they're doing reshoots to fix it. Remember, they did that with the Sonic movie, the very first one. When they showed the trailer for Sonic, it looked horrible. It was so badly designed. Then they touched it up. They took like a whole year pretty much and fixed it. And it was great. The design for Sonic was great. And the movie was actually pretty good as well. So they did a really good job with the Sonic movies after that. But that was actually good feedback. Now, I don't know if they got feedback out of it and they have to postpone it, but they're so confident that the second one's going to do so well, which I don't know about that. I wouldn't say that. But that they're just, let's just go with Mortal Kombat 3 right now. Let's just start shooting right after Mortal Kombat 2. I would hold your horses and wait to see if you actually get your money's worth with the second movie. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, just speculating, but I wouldn't waste too much on this and actually fix up what you need for Mortal Kombat 2. Because you need Mortal Kombat 2 to do really well so you can do Mortal Kombat 3. This is like the Netflix formula where you have a series and it's like, oh, the series did so well, it's renewed for a second season. No, that's not how it goes. Netflix usually has a deal. If the series, the first season doesn't do well, you get a second try, pretty much, a second try with the second season. It doesn't mean it gets renewed. Apparently, that is pretty much what it is. But in some instances, like the One Piece live action series, that was different. I guess because it was so long and it did so well the first season that they're doing back-to-back the series. So, they're going to have season 2, season 3. They're just keep on going to go, keep doing it. But for like Netflix, if a season 1 doesn't do well, they'll do a season 2. Maybe they could come back, but it doesn't mean they'll have a season 3 kind of deal, because they always get 2 seasons. They did that all the time with a lot of shows that flopped the first season, and people are like, why is there another season getting renowned? I can't speak today, guys. Sorry. Why are we getting another season when the last season bombed? Well, it's because Netflix has a deal with them for 2 seasons. Even though if it sucks, it doesn't matter. That's the same with this. I don't know why, but Mortal Kombat, I guess, is doing back-to-back. And, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was interesting. Oh, yeah, like and sub, guys. I forgot to take them down. Like and sub, guys. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Yep. Let's turn that off. Okay. I forgot to turn it off. All right. All right, guys. Let's see. I'm just getting new news about things. I gotta blow my nose real quick, guys. All right. All right. Oh, there's a lot of new news. Okay. But let's just continue the one I'm on. Okay, here's another one, guys. Here's an interesting game. I remember one trailer or a couple of trailers ago. I don't know how long it's been. 5 years, 6 years. I have no clue. But apparently, Quantic Dream says Star Wars Eclipse development continues alongside a new game. If you guys remember this cinematic or cutscene or whatever it was they showed off looked pretty promising of the world, actually an interesting Star Wars world. But this game, you just saw that and you never heard of it ever since, I don't know, what, like 5 years ago? Does the article even tell you? Like, you didn't hear anything about this game. And I was asking myself, when is this game going to come out? After years of single project studio, this company opened a new studio in Montreal. Doesn't mean it's going to be good or not, because it's been so long and we haven't gotten anything about it. And usually that's kind of worrisome, because I thought this game got canned. I thought this game would be canceled for sure, but it's not. The Star Wars game. So, not really much. Regarding Star Wars Eclipse, not much is known about the game that was first revealed back in 2021. So, yeah, almost 5 years ago. 2021. So, yeah, we haven't seen anything about that one trailer they showed, that looked amazing, and then that was it. However, they say development on the game continues, and they are eager to share more with you in the future. Maybe next year. Or Game Awards. They might show something at Game Awards. That would be pretty interesting, but yeah. But yeah, this game, if you look it up, I'm not going to show you the trailer, but it looked interesting from just a cinematic aspect. But what is this game going to be like? What is the gameplay? What is this game? It is intriguing for what cutscene or whatever they showed off, the CGI trailer, but I want to know what this game will be. Is this like a new like Old Republic Star Wars game? Because that would be pretty sick if that's actually a thing. But I know the Old Republic is getting a remake, which I hope it's a remake, not a reimagining. Because that would piss me off. But yeah, I thought I'd bring that up. Thought it'd be interesting, but yeah, that's Star Wars for you. Star Wars Eclipse. All right, guys. So we have another one here. Final Sentence is the first game that journalists are guaranteed to be good at. Huh?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I press doubt on that one.
No!
I don't think so. So what is this game about? Everyone knows that video game journalists aren't good at games. We know that. We saw the Cuphead footage. We know they are pretty bad. They've always want to put in games. They always empathize with people telling them, please make a journalist game mode, because that's how bad they're at games, right? It's as true as the sun rising in the morning, for the knowledge of that was lag that led to the losing your match. No, some people are just really bad at games, and they're game journalists, which I don't understand how. And not your abilities, for lack of. That's why it's exciting that a game is coming out that journalists must be good at. Final Sentence. I don't think they're going to be good at. So this game, what it is it's like a Squid Games kind of battle royale, where you have to write really fast prompts, sentences, and stuff like that. And the one that's faster wins, and the one that is not as fast as the other one dies, kind of issue. They get Minecraft. So Final Sentence stands on Steam in 2020, but until now, no concrete release date has been tried up. The title reveals months ago the game's sole developer. I am bad at typing myself, so I searched for the entertain ways to improve. That's when the idea of Final Sentence was born. The first sentence: players wake up in a warehouse full of people, all sitting at desks, trapped. All that topped with a typewriter from days gone by. There's a clock that ticks down seconds, and masked men standing at every desk with a revolver. In that revolver sits a singular bullet, and each mistake could mean death. As you type, the other 99 up to do the same thing, and the shots echo out around the room as a fatality mistake brings them to a grisly end. It's a Russian roulette of sorts, and it could be the first mistake of your sixth mistake that sends you to an early grave. What's bizarre is that the prompts you need to type in Final Sentence appear to reference pulp culture classics and movies, with lines such as "press F to pay respect" and "hide your kids, hide your wives." being prompts. That's great. That's actually pretty fun. Now, that sounds really fun, to be honest, on paper. When you're doing it, I think it's going to be very difficult. I'm not the best at typing. I'm just going to say straightforward. I'm not the best at typing, and I probably won't be. So this game is not for me, but if you want to, if you're good at typing and you're really fast at, like, I don't know, putting like a paragraph in like 2 minutes or a minute, whatever, like a paragraph, or I don't know, something like extremely fast, you're fast at typing, then you could try this out. This would be it is an interesting concept, and I wouldn't like be against it. It's pretty awesome. Button Mash has explained that the final sentence uses a ranking system that evaluates your performance and lets you know where to improve. So that is one battle royale title that has real world applications. Okay. But yeah, this game is coming out on Steam. There might be a demo for this so people can try it. There's the trailer for it. We're not going to watch the trailer, but I guess this is a sort of like a Russian roulette game now with battle royale aspects with the writing. But saying this, that journalists are guaranteed to be good at it, I wouldn't say that.
God damn. Oh my
I wouldn't
God.
say that. Nope.
No.
Nope. I press X to doubt on that one. Just saying. But yeah, interesting concept. Don't hate it. Pretty good. With the final sentence. Okay, guys. Here we go. Keep on going. So apparently there was this random ass trailer I saw, and I was like, what is this? And I saw it was Avatar theme. I'm like, ooh, I like Avatar Last Airbender and Legend of Korra. Hit or miss here. It's good though, but I don't hate it as much as like others do. But there is a lot of hit and miss with Legend of Korra. But Airbender, pretty solid. So Avatar Last Airbender is getting a new fighting game. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
A new fighting game. And it's not Nick All-Stars Battle Royale or whatever it's called. But it's actually a 2D hand-drawn animated fighting game, which is piqued my interest already because I love the design of like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I love that hand-drawn animation. It looked really solid, and the gameplay was actually pretty good too. So this already interests me. Avatar Last Airbender is finally getting a fighting game from Gameplay Group and Paramount. I think this is their first ever developed game and published. But published by Paramount, I guess. The Avatar Last Airbender series, which ran from 2005 to 2008 on Nickelodeon. Yep. And let's see. Oh, there's a trailer for it. In the trailer, we get our first look at Avatar set fighting game, simply called Avatar Legends, the fighting game. Along with the announcement, we see some interesting hand-drawn 2D gameplay with fan-favorite characters like Aang, Zuko, Sokka, and Azula, and Toph. It also looks like Korra from the sequel series, The Legend of Korra, will be present, but no characters from the show were revealed as fighters. It will launch with 12 playable characters, with more released on the seasonal basis. Okay, that's cool. So they're dipping their toes into the fighting scene, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's like hardcore fighters working on this game. Try to make this work. I just hope this is not a low budget kind of game where they do it and then they forget about it kind of deal. Like they do whatever they can and then they forget about it because they don't have enough people working on this game and it blows up. I hope that's not the case. I hope this game does good, but I'm just more interested than excited. I would say that. But let's check this trailer out. Real quick. Here we go. Damn, these animations look good. Looks good. I feel like it still needs to cook. It looks alpha, but animation-wise looks really good. Can't complain. Coming summer 2026, and they have super. Damn.
Oh my God!
Pretty sweet, right? I think it looks good. I think it looks good. It definitely needs a little bit more work. You could tell. It's just an alpha gameplay of it, but animation-wise, drawing and how it looks, how smooth it looks good so far for a fighting game. You could tell they're trying to get the hardcore fighting game fanatics in here. I could see that. I could see that for sure. But with Avatar, that's pretty dope. That's pretty sick. Like, I'm not going to argue with that. That's pretty cool. So, I always thought Avatar, Airbender, Legend of Korra needed, like, it felt like it should have been a fighting game because of the characters. There's so many characters. Like, it just feels like it deserves a fighting game. Like, I would say more of like a 2D, like what they're doing now, than like a Smash Brothers. I think this is perfect for it, what they're doing. So, hopefully it turns out good. Hopefully it does. I respect it. Respect it for that. Let's keep on going with these fast topics. Here we go. 007 First Light's combat and physicality is inspired by the Daniel Craig's era of movies.
No!
People know about it. I'm not a big fan of the Daniel Craig James Bond. I think it's the weakest of the James Bonds, generally, of all of them. I think it's the weakest. Like, besides Casino Royale and Skyfall, all of the other ones I don't give a crap about. They're pretty ass in general. The last one had some interesting elements to it, but I hated what happened at the end. If you know, you know. I hate the whole thing because it sets up so many dumb plot elements. I just hate the whole thing, especially then. But apparently it's getting... First Light draws inspiration from Casino Royale's style of movement. Okay, so Casino Royale is probably the best one from the Daniel Craig's. I think it's it's definitely the best one. So it's trying to be like Casino Royale. Okay. I think this game is going to be all right at best. I don't think it's going to make crazy numbers. It feels like Uncharted with like Hitman. That's what I give like vibe of. I just don't like how Bond looks. Everything about this is just iffy. I'm not liking the whole young Bond. He's still a learning experience. Like, I just want him to be Bond. It's like he will become Bond. Yeah, we saw that with Tomb Raider. Remember the Tomb Raider one? She will become Lara Croft, the Tomb Raider. Well, she never did. She kind of did, I guess, but like, where is she? Like, why is she not like taking artifacts and doing that? She's like, they rewrote her whole story. It's not the original Lara Croft. This is not going to be the original James Bond 007. So, whatever. More reasons to not going to play this game, to be honest. See, if it was like Sean Connery or Roger Moore or Pierce Brosnan, I'd have been like, okay, we're going back to the basics. I like it. I just don't want it to be modern day, and it's going to be modern day again. Just go back to like a 60s or 70s period piece. Just do that. I would love James Bonds to do that. Same with the movies, but it's not how it's going to be. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Okay, here we go. Check this out. This is interesting. Sucker Punch could make a new Sly Cooper or Infamous game after Ghost of Yotai. Huh? Why? Why are they going back? I don't think this is actually a thing. Like, this is they're speculating. Like, what do people want? Well, people want Sly Cooper and people want Infamous. That's for sure. That's a fact. Now, Sucker Punch making it, I'm not sure about that, guys. Not sure about that. I'm not sure about that one because Sucker Punch is not the Sucker Punch, and those people that did work there back in the day that made Infamous and Sly Cooper are not the same people that are working on it now. With how they've been acting, especially internally, recently with Ghost of Yotai, where it seems it's not making the numbers they were expecting because people are expecting a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, not a freaking anthology series. They wanted to continue Jin Sakai's story. We know this. People are upset about this, you know? And some people say, it's fine, it's whatever. No, it's not. It's not fine. It's not whatever. I wanted Jin Sakai, and a lot of others wanted Jin Sakai. That's the fact. You had Infamous. We had Infamous with Cole, and then we had Sly with Sly Cooper. They had Cole had two games, but he didn't have it. I think it was in Second Light or Second Sun or whatever it's called. That was kind of like, I would say, like a reboot. I would say maybe like, you know, like God of War games, and then God of War 2018 did. It was sort of like that. It was like a reboot kind of. They were experimenting and trying something else. I didn't hate Second Son like others did, but I didn't like it as much as 1 and 2. I think those stories were better and more interesting for Cole. But, yeah. And then Sly Cooper, I just loved Sly Cooper. I loved it. You know, 1, 2, 3, I loved all of them. Even Thieves in Time with Sunzaru games, they made the 4th one, which I'm still upset that they canned that. PlayStation, why not bring back Sly Cooper? I don't know. I think Sunzaru did a great job with it. If they had a bigger budget, they could have done more with Sly Cooper, but they didn't want him. So, unfortunately, they never got a Sly Cooper 5. But Sucker Punch is like, oh, should we continue Sly Cooper and Infamous? Because why? Yotai is not doing so well? Why are they asking this question? Going back to Sly, a serious possibility for Sucker Punch Studio? No. And they can only work on one game franchise. No, they're not going to be going back to do Infamous or Sly Cooper. These IPs are going to be given to other people to work on, I would say, with PlayStation. They're going to continue the Ghost franchise because that's the one they're really interested in right now and doing. So I don't think this is going to happen. These are people who are like, oh, we would love this. To be honest, yes, I would like it, but not Sucker Punch doing them. Straight up, I don't want Sucker Punch touching these IPs anymore. They would just ruin it. I would say they would ruin it because they're not the same people as they used to. They're pretty much a shell of their selves now. They're just by name Sucker Punch, but no one that works there or is even the person who did Ghost of Tsushima, like those people, they left. So there's not that much people that actually are from the originals that remember Infamous, Sly Cooper. They would just make something completely different out of these franchises that I really don't want them to touch then. Same with Jack and Daxter with Naughty Dog. I don't want them to do Naughty Dog. They just ruin it. It would be the same shit over and over. It would be just, I don't want them to ruin these franchises because everything like these companies, these big AAA companies do recently, just they're trying to get something new, but they make it worse. Like over time, they like reboot it, but it just complicates things. I just don't want that. I want it to be a story that is like feels like a continuation, like it stopped and it's still continuing, but it's just, you know, it took a while for it to go, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I think this is a bunch of baloney. They're going to continue the Ghost series. They're not going to do Sly and Infamous. I don't think so. There's no way. There's no freaking where they do that. No way. Okay. We got some bad news, guys. Bad news. So apparently, former Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden director Okay, I'm going to butcher this, sorry. Tomonobu Itagaki has passed away. This guy. I remember this guy, few interviews when I was younger. I remember him talking about Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive and all those games. Like, he was pretty up there with those games. And those franchises, I love those franchises. Dead or Alive, Ninja Gaiden, they're great. Team Ninja has just announced that their first leader has unfortunately passed away. All eyes are on Team Ninja now as they highly anticipate installments to the Ninja Gaiden franchise arriving on October 21st, 2025. So you couldn't see Ninja Gaiden 4? That sucks. We have already seen a lot of the game through several trailers and teases. Maybe he did see the end of Ninja Gaiden 4 or what happened. And it seems that it's going to be a different one. However, less than a week before release, one of the most integral people behind the franchise reveal has passed away. Team Ninja's first leader passed away a few days before Ninja Gaiden 4's release. That is interesting. We are deeply saddened by the passing of Team Ninja's first leader. We will carry on the philosophy and the creativity that Itagaki San began and continue to create games that many gamers will enjoy. Our deepest condolences for his loss. But we don't know how he passed away. He just passed away. That's weird. Yeah. I hope he had like a blueprint for Dead or Alive moving forward too, or something with Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive. I hope so. Hopefully he had some sort of apprentice to help him or something. You know, usually they do, but I don't know. That is pretty sad. That is pretty sad. Rest in peace, Tomonobu Itagaki. I'm sorry if I butchered it, but yeah, that's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. You know what else is pretty upsetting? Well, we got a lot of people leaving the gaming industry now. More and more. Loads of people are leaving this industry. Well, Banjo-Kazooie co-creator leaves Rare after 36 years. That is crazy. What did he say? Today was my last day at Rare. Thanks to everybody who played and enjoyed any of the games I helped create while I was there. Also, thanks to all the people that worked. Farewell. Yeah, so he left. The title was alongside Project Blackbird and Perfect Dark just last week. So yeah, he was a OG Rare employee, co-creator. Okay, so he was the creator, one of the creators of Banjo-Kazooie. That's crazy. Massive hits like Battletoads, Banjo-Kazooie, GoldenEye, Donkey Kong Country, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Oh my god, the list goes on and on. Shit. That's crazy. Now, maybe he just retired, or maybe he's just sick and tired of what was going on in this industry, because the industry is way different than when it first started. the gaming industry. So I don't know. It could be any of those. But we have more people leaving this industry. Just keep on going. Look, head of Assassin's Creed has left Ubisoft after 20 years. Like, these are large numbers. Like, this is like, you've been there for a while. You have a name for yourself, right? Kind of deal. Like, you've been there and you've done stuff. The head of Assassin's Creed had reportedly left Ubisoft after a launch of the company's new subsidiary with Tencent. According to reports, franchise vice president and exclusive producer Mark Alex Colt is no longer with the company. The news has broken to the company via an internet email. To staff, first reported at IGN Vintage Studios, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, he's leaving too. Following the organization restoration announced on March 2025, Mark Alex Cote has chosen to pursue a new path elsewhere outside of Ubisoft. So, he might make his own company or do something different. He doesn't want to be at Ubisoft no more. I don't doubt that, because Ubisoft is a shell of itself again, too. All these companies are not the same as they used to. This company is absolutely trash. Ubisoft is one of the worst. Next to EA, there's so many bad ones. And he's just seeing this now transition with Tencent, and he's like, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm dipping out right now. I'm going to do my own thing. I saw Samfall Entertainment with those, ex-Ubisoft employees making that game. Like, I want to make my own game. Like, that's what devs are doing now. They're leaving these big company AAA spaces, and they're, saving up and making their own kind of studios with their own employees to make the games they want to make. That's just a fact. That's what's going on now. So you have different studios opening up. Could be worse, could be better. Doesn't matter. See what product you can take, make. And if it's a big hit and people like it, you'll continue and you'll rise up. New studios will rise because of that. So that's another one. Let's keep going. People are leaving. They are just leaving completely. Halo Studios 17-year veteran leaves company with mysterious warning. There you go. He has a warning too. 17 years. These are not 2, 5, even 10. That's a 10 is even long. But these are long. These are people that work there for a long time. So what's with this one? The state of the industry seems dire. In a post by LinkedIn, Glenn Israel, former art director at 343 Industries, Halo Studios. Now it's called Halo Studios, not 343. As of today and after 17 long years, I am officially no longer contributing to the Halo universe. There is little more I can say for the movement. I intend to share this particular story in the entirety when it is absolutely safe to do so next year. In the meantime, I have a message for anyone and everyone who needs to hear it. I know that the state of our industry seems dire, but never forget that you are free to choose. No illusion of security nor promise of wealth or fame or power is worth trading away your health, your dignity, your ethnics, or values, and no one can force you to stay strong. To stay strong, take evidence when necessary and find where you belong. As always, I'll be here if you need to talk. So, Marty O'Donnell, the writer, he was one of the people, the OG Halo creators. and he was the one that did the music for Halo and everything and development for it. He spoke up too. Now he's like shunned by a lot of the industry stuff too, because he spoke out. And he pretty much told, yeah, stuff is changing, and he didn't like what was going on, and he dipped. This guy dipped too. He didn't like what was going on with 343 or Halo, Halo Studios now, and he dipped because, let's just say, Halo has been going downhill, and it's been going downhill since, I would say the last good one was Reach. Even ODST was good. Halo 3 finished it, pretty much the story. And then after that, you could say Halo 4 was mid. It was okay at best. But after that, Halo 5 and Halo Infinite, it didn't do as well. Like, Halo Infinite has some interesting elements to it, yeah, but it wasn't like the other Halo games. It didn't feel, I don't know, just something about it wasn't right with Halo in that aspect. 343 tried to copy Bungie, and it just couldn't. It didn't have that spark like Halo did. Now Halo is completely like a dying brand. And it's sad to see because Halo used to be top notch. Like, I remember Master Chief. Master Chief was on the lane of like almost like Mario, Super Mario in that aspect, where it was like a mascot character for Xbox, Master Chief. Like, that's how big Master Chief was, you know? Like, how big, a lot of, like, main characters for different IPs and studios were. But, like, Master Chief was huge. So, like, he said he just left because he was just sick and tired. That's pretty much it. And the industry is dire. Where you see freaking Pride Month, they bring out, you know, or Disability Month for Master Chief or the Spartans. They have, you know, different types of colors and stuff. And people are saying no one cares because no one's playing the game. So who you're trying to actually get? Well, it's just, you know, they're just getting their ESG money, their ESG points, and bringing it up, which is drying up. I'm saying it's drying up. So I don't know what they're trying to still show people, that they have these events where they have to have these social justice warrior types of influence and stuff. It's so stupid. And people are just sick and tired. People just want Halo to be good again. Make Halo great again, pretty much. That's what it's all about. Doesn't matter what the slogan is. It really is. Halo needs to be great. And Halo has been falling downhill. So, I played Halo Infinite like a little bit when the multiplayer came out. It was really fun at the beginning. And then I don't know, it just got boring. Or something happened. It wasn't like the original Halos. Like Halo, I remember Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3. Those were like masterpiece. Like, they were so good. They were so fun. Like, just going back and playing co-op campaign, it was so fun. So, yeah. Halo has downgraded over the years. So, there you go. There you go with Halo. Shit. That's a lot here, guys. So, let's get into this one because this one is actually surprising. Splinter Cell Deathwatch renewed for Season 2 at Netflix. What did I say before with Mortal Kombat 3? Netflix is doing a Season 2 of this show because they have to. They agreed to. It doesn't mean the show was good. It doesn't mean it at all. It could be good. I'm not saying that. But I doubt it's good. I doubt it. We've got a Season 2 coming your way. We don't have a release date yet. And being a new to the animation, I know how long it takes. But we are fully into preparation and production. And everyone is super excited about where we go next. I bet you are. Like, I know that Devil May Cry show too. It was so mixed. There was so much people that hated it. But also there were some people that like never really got into Devil May Cry. And they like kind of are interested now into it. they play the games and it's like a completely different story. You know, they're like more fans of the games than the show now. But now they're trying to do, we're doing another one. Doesn't mean it's doing well numbers wise. It's not doing well. We can just check. Let me see. I have a couple here. Here's one from Metacritic. So let me refresh this real quick. So if we go on Metacritic and you go on Splinter Cell Deathwatch, here's the reviews they have. So generally favorable 70. Most or average user score 4.9. That's not good. That's not good. This should be way higher than the Metacritic score. 70 is pretty mid. I would say it's a mid. It's not bad, but it's not good. But like user mixed or average. Look at this, 4.9. That's not good. And if you go into wait, do I have Rotten Tomatoes? I don't have Rotten Tomatoes. Fuck. I thought I had Rotten Tomatoes. I guess I don't. You know what? I'll put it in Rotten Tomatoes because I want to see the Rotten Tomatoes score too for this. I'm interested to see what it's about. Sorry, guys. I thought I had it here, but I guess not. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry, guys. I muted my mic. I have to blow my nose. Let's see here. Okay, it's a little different Rotten Tomatoes. So Rotten Tomatoes for Splinter Cell Deathwatch, Season 1, 83%, and then 60%. I saw this yesterday, and it was way lower. I don't know how it went up. I don't know, but it went up. Maybe it might be botted. It might be botted. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, that is interesting. How is this doing that well here? I don't know. But then again, we know Rotten Tomatoes has been botted many times. It was actually official. It came out that they were botted, everything. You know, you can't take this seriously. You can't. Let me go on Critic List because I want to see if Critic List, if anyone reviewed this, because I use Critic List. That's the one that most people should be using in general. Okay, Critic List. Oh my god, I have to sign in real quick, guys. Yeah, you guys can follow me on Critic List. I'm here right now. Let me go on my profile. That's my feed. My profile. Yeah, guys, I'm on Critic List too. If you want to follow me and see movie reviews, TV show reviews, maybe hopefully game reviews on here one day, we'll see. But yeah, I'm on here and I have reviews here. You guys can check it out. What reviews I did and describing it and pretty much telling what I think, my 2 cents about it. I'm on here, so you can check that out too. Let's see Splinter Cell Deathwatch. No one reviewed it? Oh, there is reviews. There's reviews. Let me see. What the heck? There's 1 review, 2 reviews. Okay. Hollywood is afraid of black men. The answer to Diversity is always a black woman. Yeah. Excellent. Someone liked it. I'm not too familiar with Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. All right, so people have mixed. It is mixed. So this one's lower, but still not too bad. It's like a 79. This one's an 81%. So it is mixed. Okay. So some people are okay with it, and some people are not. Interesting. And then when you look at Metacritic, it's more of less, I would say. Not that much reviews either. Did anyone watch this show? I feel like no one watched this show. But yeah, second season is because it needs to be, it's a contract. You have 2 seasons. That's it. Let's not be here. Let's be realistic here and actually see the factual information. This show, I feel like no one really is watching. You can see just the reviews. There's really not much. Not really anyone cares about it, to be honest. But I guess Splinter Cell people would care, obviously. If they like Splinter Cell, you're gonna probably watch this. Because there hasn't been Splinter Cell for so many years, like what, 20 years or more now? It's been for a long time. But yeah, let's be real here. It got renowned because they had a contract for 2 seasons. Next season might be the last one. We don't know. It depends how well it does as well. So, yeah. That's pretty much it with Splinter Cell. I'm actually surprised how much people are mixed on this thing. I feel like more people just don't like it. There's no way people like that show. I don't know. It's just doesn't feel like it would be a show a lot of people like. I don't know. I could be wrong, but we'll see. We'll see about that one. Let's see. Let's see. What did we go on next? I think we should just go to main topics. Yeah. I think we're going to go into main topics. We should. Okay. Let's look at this one, guys. Let's start with James Gunn's, or not James Gunn's, James Gunn style, whatever, Supergirl coming out next year. So this is Bonding into Comics. James Gunn proclaims Supergirl will be a space adventure like Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Ah!
Oh boy.
No!
You wanted more Guardians? You're getting more Guardians. It worked with Guardians. I don't think it needs to work with Supergirl. That sounds like a horrible idea. I don't know about you guys. That sounds cringe as fuck. Cringe. Super cringe, for that matter. James Gunn is going back to the well, back to the well for Supergirl, which we can confirm will take place off-world, unlike Superman. Oh, it's going to be off-world. Oh, no. It's not going to be Earth? Oh, no. This is going to be trash. Unlike Superman and most of the 1984 film, per Gunn himself, he is taking the adventure to space and maybe doing so to channel some of that old Guardians of the Galaxy magic. Guardians of the Galaxy is a one-time thing. It's fine for what it is. Doing it constantly with the Suicide Squad with James Gunn and now with this, I don't want this to be like the Suicide Squad or Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't want that. What is First of all, Supergirl, I don't even know if she's ever that big of a deal in general. Like, I'm okay with Supergirl. I don't mind Supergirl, but I feel like she's not as big as Superman. I'm sorry. That's just a fact. I don't think she's going to be that big of a character that, you know, needs this. I think Supergirl could have been just like a TV series, like an HBO Max show, than a movie, but I don't know. Like a side story, but I don't know. Supergirl especially is a space adventure, he tells Rolling Stone. It's like Guardians Gunn also reminded readers that each time and the series stands alone, but also blends into the larger, ever expanding fluid universe. This includes the way the upcoming Lantern show ties into Supergirl. Of course, Superman, James Gunn's Superman is tied to Peacemaker 2, when in reality it really doesn't, and Peacemaker 2 is doing horribly, and it lost a lot of people watching that show because it was complete nonsense, Peacemaker 2. So let's be honest here. Lanterns, I don't know how much is going to be connected to Supergirl. Because everything James Gunn comes out of his mouth is just lies. Constantly just lie. So, I'm sorry. That's just a fact. Gunn continued, Lanterns is its own thing. There's just a longer sort of bigger world where building will all these different pieces, and they do all come together and interact, sometimes in a story fashion, and sometimes just in a, here's another piece of the world fashion. What's her name? I forgot what the actress. Where is she? Millie Alcock. Alcock. Yeah, I think she's good for the role of Supergirl. I don't think it's too bad. I don't mind it because I saw her in House of Dragon, Game of Thrones House of Dragon, and she did really good in season 1. She was the younger character for the I forget, it's been a while. The king's daughter, she was the youngest. Yeah, she was the younger one. But I think she did a really good job, and I think she did a better job than when they do the time skip and she's older. I think she would have been better as she evolved over time. They made her more let's just say they made her more older in some way. I think it would have been better because I don't really like the actress, really, whoever is playing that one. I think this actress who played the young one was better in House of Dragon. But she's playing Supergirl now, which, okay, I'm okay with. I like this actress so far because I only saw her in one role, and she did really good in that role. So I think this would be an interesting fit for her. And I don't think it would be too bad either. I just don't like what they did with her in Superman in that ending. It felt super weird where he called Superman a bitch because he has crypto. It's my dog. And she comes there and she's drunk on, I don't know, some sort of sun power. She's just like drunk on it. I don't know what's going on, to be exact. But yeah, Supergirl. What? I clicked on this. Was this TikTok? What the hell did I just click on? What the? Okay. Here we go. What is this?
Why is Supergirl such a mess in the new DC universe? We finally got our first look at her in Superman 2025, and it shocked fans. Millie Alcock's Supergirl shows up drunk at the Fortress of Solitude just to grab her dog, Krypto. James Gunn confirmed it. This version of Kara is broken. Unlike Superman, who was raised with love on Earth.
Of course. She's going to be broken. She needs... Oh. she could be the person that helps Clark, Superman, in some areas that, they can help each other out. But they're going to make her broken. She's going to be drunk all the time. I don't know what things she's going to be partying. I don't know what's going to be. It's going to be like a college Supergirl.
Kara witnessed the destruction of Krypton, was sent to protect Kal-El, but failed, and lost everything. She didn't get a second chance like Clark. She was alone, angry, and hardened by pain. Her solo movie, Supergirl, is coming in 2026, and it'll follow her journey through space as she tries to find herself.
That already sounds cringe as fuck.
No!
Huh?
That sounds cringe as fuck, but whatever. That's Supergirl for you. Hopefully. I don't have any hope for this movie. I really don't. I just feel bad for the actress. I think the actress could be doing really well with Supergirl. It's just whatever she's going to get the script or the story for it, it's going to be ass. But hopefully she can work with what she got, That's pretty much it for that one. Yikes. Yikes. Yikes is right. Okay, guys. Here we go. We got another one here. Another big topic. Now, if hopefully PC Gamer doesn't have stupid pop-ups come every second, I'd be okay to read this article. Okay. So, Capcom exceeds executives, I guess. Capcom execs were bewildered that people might want to play original Resident Evil when GOG approached them about it. We have all of those remakes. It's already the superior experience.
No!
Huh? Holy shit.
I wish I just had that clip right now. Are you dumb? Are you freaking dumb? I wish I had that clip right now. Like, Capcom, are you fucking retarded? I'm serious. Like, I gotta read this, but like, what you fail to understand, Mr. GOG, is that new thing is shiny. Oh my goodness.
God damn!
Oh my goodness. I don't understand this mental gymnastics. The mental gymnastics that Capcom and PC Gamer need to go through. But yeah, holy shit. GOG, if you guys don't know, GOG has the classic bundle of Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, and Resident Evil 3. 3 Nemesis. It has all of them. It's the original ones from the 90s onward. It's all there. You got all 3 of them. GOG is going to be adding more to it. So what they're saying is Capcom doesn't understand why these games, people want these older games. And GOG literally pretty much said, we're doing, because it's your history and where it started from, we would love to preserve your retro gaming history so it doesn't get lost to these fucking remakes. I'm okay having the remakes, but give us the originals too. Don't forget where they came from. Because people want, after beating all the remakes and playing all the games, people want to experience the old ones too. I think they do. I know retro gaming has peaked and it's increasing each time. It doesn't mean how good stuff is. And plus, they see this all the time, especially with the Resident Evil community. A lot of people are going to be talking about it, is that the remakes are not really faithfully remade, I would say. They're more of closer to like a reimagining almost story. Yeah, some of the plots are same one-to-one, and some change dramatically. Not as much as like Final Fantasy VII Remake. That was actually a reimagining. That is fucking a reimagining straight up. But let's not lie about this, that these are reimagining / remakes. They are. They're not the same. They're not the same. If they were same, you would have the same aspect. You would, okay, if you wanted to, you could change, I guess, the gameplay. If you don't want to play with the tank controls. But at least give people options, like you're doing for Resident Evil 9. You're not giving people options here, then that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm okay. I don't hate the remakes like some people do, and some people like them. I'm like in between. I like the OGs, and I do enjoy the remakes as well. But you can't say that, why do you want these old shitty games? Why just you don't want the remakes? No, bitch. Because I want to play the older stuff because I want to see what is the difference. Literally, after I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, I went back to playing the OG Final Fantasy VII. I bought the game, and I started playing it again because I'm trying to remember what happened and what was going on. So I tried playing again Final Fantasy VII after Remake because I'm like, this stuff didn't happen. I remember as a kid playing Final Fantasy VII, I'm like, I don't remember this in the remake. What happens? I don't remember Sephiroth appearing every freaking couple of chapters. I don't remember this shit. And I played the original, and it doesn't happen. So, yes, it is different. It's a reimagining, and people just want to play the retro stuff. It's fine. It's fine. Nintendo has the one with the emulators. PlayStation has the one with PS Plus where you can get the other older games. Same with Xbox. You can get retro stuff. Like, I don't understand. And GOG is one of those people that preserve older games so they don't get lost, later down the line. Oh, so dumb. So dumb, dude. How dumb is this? Okay, let's read this and let's see what it's about. I tend to share my colleague, Ted Litchford's philosophy when it comes to remakes. Do what you want through. I prefer reinvention to a one-to-one remake. Yes, but we never get that. Just don't kill access to the original. It doesn't seem like too much to ask for. The kids get to play a version of a classic. I get to keep playing my old favorites, like in 2005. Never ended. Everyone's happy. Yes, but we never get that. That's why I said with Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake here. That's a one-to-one make. That's a remake. That's how it's supposed to be. It adds a little bit more to it, and it helps with the thing. That is actually a remake. Straight up, that's a remake. Resident Evil 1 is a remake, too. They have a remake for that already. Resident Evil 1. It has it. And it's the same game. And guess what? There's more added content. So that doesn't hurt it at all. It's a remake. This is what people don't understand. You gotta emphasize what is a remaster, an HD remaster, remake, and reimagining. They put remake into reimagining, which is not true. It's a reimagining. Stop lying. They're lying to their customers. They're lying to these people are just lying to you constantly. Everyone but Capcom anyway, which apparently took some real arm twisting to get the original Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 PC release on GOG last year, which are really good. I've heard really good things about it. I gotta pick them up, actually. It seems GOG had to make a few persuasion rolls to get Capcom to agree to it. Not necessarily because the company had business concerns about the move, but more because it's exactly literally couldn't, except literally couldn't conceive of why anyone would want to play the originals when their shiny remakes exist. Like, these people are so dumb. Like, I can't say anything worse. I could say worse, but I'm not good. It's on YouTube. But they're absolutely dumb. This is like retardation dumb right there. Capcom, where like we have all those remakes. It's already the superior experience to those games. GOG senior biz dev manager Marcin Pozinski told the game business they didn't really see the value in bringing back the vanilla versions, which on the bright side confirms a lot of my prejudice about games industry, executives, and the application of art. Yes, this is why GOG is doing its part. It's doing its work, and it's wonderful they're doing this. This is how dumb this industry is, how not seen. It doesn't see itself. It doesn't understand its history. It doesn't want to preserve anything. It's just consume the newest product. Don't ask questions, just consume. Exactly. That's what it is. The new shiny thing. We can't go back and actually look at where it came from or understand what is going on, you know? It's not that. I have someone answering something. Just a second. I'm on Discord, Rick. Someone's writing to me, guys. Okay. Where was I? So they don't understand how important it is to preserve this art form. And Capcom execs are absolutely dummies. They need fans. They need someone that is fans of these series to get in there and actually be like the talking point for these executives. Like, they need like the Resident Evil like lead president or something for it to go in there and see like, yeah, fans love this. They would love this very much, and they'll want to get a lot of this and more. So, yeah, like, I don't understand. Like, this is like Capcom listens. I know people say, oh, Capcom doesn't listen. I think they listen. They've done some good things, but it's like 2 steps ahead and then 2 steps back every time. Just like Nintendo. Now Nintendo's just 2 steps back constantly, but they're like the same. So GOG had to work to convince Capcom that there do in fact exist human beings who like to play old games. It took a lot of convincing that there is an audience that has a lot of memories about those games. And there is. There is. Oh my gosh. Thank you, GOG, for this. I appreciate you guys so much for doing this, because Capcom's absolutely don't know what the fans want at all, said Provinsky, and would love to experience exactly the same game again. Thankfully, we were able to convince them. Yes, and they've also added now like the Devil May Cry games on GOG, so you can get those too. All the Devil May Cry games are there too. The classics, I would say, not the new ones yet. But yeah, so they're getting a lot of different Capcom games on their classics, which is really good. I appreciate that very much. Now I just want Code Veronica on there. I really need Code Veronica. That's the one. It's so hard to get and find. You have to the only way is to just emulate or something, which is great, of course. to be honest, I don't have memories of the original Resident Evil game. They seemed way too scared for child me to ever pick up. But I still very much enjoyed heading back into the Spencer Mansion and all RE1's PS1 era glory when GOG put out those released last year. Yeah, they were scary, but maybe don't be a pussy. Just saying. Just saying. They were scary, yeah, but you look back at them, they're not that scary, you know. Now you look back at it because you played it, you know what's going to happen, obviously, so it's not scary anymore when you experience it. When it's a fresh experience, I could see it being scary, but you're an adult now. You don't need to be scared from freaking CGI cube. Like, the graphics are like, I guess the graphics could be still scary in some ways, but I think it's just also the audio. If the audio's like scary, it would definitely jump scary and have some instances. But I feel like the graphics are not that scary as much anymore. Who knows? I could be wrong. They could be scary in some instances. It might bamboozle the suits, but original games have their value even when you're put out a new version. That's been Unreal Engine 5, but the Wazoo. Preservation is a positive that in itself would probably be in a better state if more people with their hands on the presentation appreciate it. Okay, I agree with this one, with the article with this, which I usually don't agree with journalists. I agree with this one at the end. He should appreciate where it came from, and people would want to try out what the old ones had to offer. Yes, that is actually an honest, and understandable, common sense thing to say. So for that fact, congratulations, PC Gamer. You actually said something good, and Capcom did not. So GOG and this article, whoever wrote this, said, yes, this is it. Even though he was kind of scared about Resident Evil 1, it's still questionable, like, how old are you? But, okay. But, yeah, interesting. And I thought that was an interesting way because this is how you see Capcom being, let's say, not knowing what their fans want. But they always say, oh, we look at the leaks. I see people, what they say and this and that. But, like, you're not actually talking with your fans. You're not understanding your fans. You have all these surveys. I know because I took some of these surveys with Capcom before. You have all these surveys, all your feedback, all you want is this, and that. But sometimes you don't listen to the feedback that people want. And sometimes you do, which is a positive. But in this situation, this is just common sense. Just add it on GOG, let them have it, because people want to relive and experience the old type of game. That's like me wanting to get a CRTV, bringing my GameCube, PS2, or my PS1, or N64, and experiencing that same way I felt when I was a kid playing those games. So why wouldn't you want to play these? You know, if you give people more options, they'll love it. Give more people options. People love options. Don't take away options for people, because give them more options, people will enjoy it and they'll appreciate probably more of what you do. But yeah, for that experience. That was crazy. I had to read this because I couldn't believe how dumb Capcom was there. GOG took the W, Capcom L, and PC Gamer in between there. I won't say they're the best, but in that one they definitely got a dub there. All right, guys, check this out. This is interesting. This will be our last topic for today. So, ESA report, this is by Pirate Nation. ESA report shows The average gamer is 41, and nearly half are women. Now, I could see as generations go by, and most of my generation, as a millennial, the 30s and 40s, a lot of our generation played games. It's probably the strongest generation because that's where you have, or even Gen X, I would say, even Gen X here and there. They're probably the strongest, I would say, for the generations because those are the ones that started a lot of the gaming phase onward. So now everyone's middle-aged, and over time, this is going to increase more and more. Yes, there are probably people, especially Z generation, and even after that, that are getting into games, or they played games from, their siblings, or they're going to revisit these games that they never played before and, try out the retro things. But this is the thing. And over time, this is going to get larger, I would say, with the 41 maybe being after 51. A couple of years later, 51 is going to be the most. So now people are saying, oh, you got to stop playing video games. Remember, they used to say that. You got to stop playing video games. You're not going to be a kid forever. People are still playing video games. It's the biggest entertainment space in the world. Bigger than movies, bigger than books, bigger than music. It's the biggest and largest conglomerate and moneymaker in the world, guys. Keep that in mind. It's the most entertaining thing that has been is being used. So, by far, it's the biggest thing. It's probably bigger than sports. And you have competitive sports for gaming too, so. But this thing kind of is questionable. And nearly half are women playing mobile. Playing mobile. Where are the...
No!
Where are... I know there are real women gamers out there. I know. They actually play games, different type of games. And they play them with the dudes, which is fine. But let's be honest here. Most women, if not most women, they don't really care about video games. It's more of a man thing, I would say. Yes, the newer generation, there might be more women coming in. But when you see the statistics about it, I feel like it's just mobile. And mobile, I do not consider really hardcore gaming, I would say. Not really. So gaming has come a long way. And look, it even got community noted. Let's check this out. Look. Let's check out this community note because this is insane. Adding context. The results state that 64% of females and 46% of males prefer mobile gaming. There you go. That's what I just said. 64% women prefer mobile and 46% prefer mobile gaming. This may indicate a bias and skew for both genders. In the rest of the data, that may not represent traditional gaming preferences and behaviors. There you go. That's retarded. I'm telling you, this is a bias. This is just trying to push that more women play games than men. That's absolutely absurd. That's like saying more men are in the beauty business, the beauty salon business. More men are in the beauty salon business than women. That's not a fact. Mostly, I would say men that are in the beauty business are gay in some sort of way, or women, because women are better at the beauty stuff. Now, for men, they like the technical stuff. They like the technology, the gears, the car stuff, the technology stuff. That's more dude stuff. They like to tinker with stuff. That's not really a woman's thing. And gaming, and of course. I'm not saying you can't have women in there. You could have women in there. Just like what I said with the beauty thing. Because you can have gays in there, which are men too that are gay. That's fine. Sometimes they're, in some ways, are better in some ways. I don't know. Depends who cuts your hair, does your nails, whatever. Panicure and all that stuff. I don't know. Not into that stuff. But that is interesting though, that like they got Communio it's kind of screwing with that. So here's one. These days, what is this by? PC Flag. PC Flag. These days, the typical gamer is an elder millennial. Sigh, I'm old. When you put sigh, I'm old. How are you old if you put sigh? No one cares. I'm old. It's like, yikes, I'm old. Or something. I don't know. Pretty weird you put sigh. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge too much, but it's kind of weird you put sigh. A global survey from the Entertainment Software Association finds that gaming is split fairly evenly between men and women, and most of it happens on phones. Okay, I understand that. Yeah, on phones. But not on other... Oh my God. And other spaces. I remember I did a video probably a year ago, I would say, about, there was a Capcom survey of how much people are male and female, and how much people, it's between, there's like a whole survey, it has numbers, charts and everything. And it showed how much people are playing in Capcom and this and that. And it said it was like really high numbers. It was like, for men, it was like, I forgot, like 90%. And then women, it was like 10% or something. It was really a small amount. And the media keeps on pushing that there's more women playing games, which is not actually a fact. That's not true. They're trying to show that it is, because, yeah, there are women that play games and play with the boys and everything and play with other women, but like hardcore, like gaming, just playing games in general, like playing, normally, every day. I doubt that. Or not if they're on their phone, playing Candy Crush or whatever. That's what you're calling a hardcore gamer now, that plays Candy Crush? Bruh. I don't think so.
Huh?
I don't think so. Gaming still carries a young guy stereotype, but new data shows today's average gamer is closer to a middle age. The Entertainment Software Association, a major lobbying group for the gaming industry, has published the results from one of the largest consumer surveys, which found the average age of a gamer is 41 years old. Not surprised. Not surprised. They're always trying to cater to, trying to get kids. But most of it, to be honest, you can cater to kids. That's fine. But you're going to need to have some sort of balance between kids and adults, because adults are the ones that are buying these games. They forgot to say that. It's the adults that are buying the games. The survey is somewhat screwed since it only polled games age 16 and older. Nevertheless, the study is quite expensive, surveying 24,216 players across 26 countries in North America, Europe, Africa, and Asia. The respondents also included themselves as active gamers who play games for at least 1 hour per week. That's not an active gamer. Are we talking about real gamers? Dude, you play 1 hour per week? You play only an hour a week? Bruh.
Holy shit.
If you're an active gamer, you're playing about, I don't even know, like tons a week. Minimum a day you play 3 or 2 hours. Minimal, I would say. I don't think you're playing an hour. And just one day, an hour? In a week? Bruh. That's not a gamer. That's not a gamer. What are we doing here? Come on here. Come on. Average age, 41. This is horrible, dude. This is absolutely not good results. Not good results here. Doesn't feel legit. Again, screwed. Very biased. The survey also suggests that the average gamer in the U.S. is older. 56% of the respondents in the U.S. classified themselves as 45 years old or older. China in the country with the lowest average player age at 32. Italy has the highest at the age of 50, the ESA added. There you go. It's going to 50. Even in Italy, it's 50. But in China, it's pretty confusing. Why is it only 32? Maybe they don't have time for gaming because it's more strict. I don't know. I feel like there would be more in China too. I feel like easily it would be 40s. I don't know. Update. A spokesperson for the ESA also told PC Mag that for the U.S., the survey found the average age of players to be 49. 49, not 41? That's crazy. That said, another survey released in June that looked at players as young as 5 years old found the average age of a gamer in the U.S. to be 36. Okay. Closer to my age then, huh? Okay. It's not all that surprising, though. Video games boomed in the 1980s and 1990s. Yes, that's what I said. When kids had consoles from Nintendo, Sega, and Sony. These players have since grown up and transcended modern devices like the PS5 and Switch 2. At the same time, gaming has become more accessible with free mobile apps, making it easier to anyone to play. True, there's a lot of free-to-play games these days. Anyone can play games now, but doesn't mean they're gamers. I don't know what this concept. If you're playing mobile games, I don't count you as a gamer. I don't know about you. It has to be on PC or console, and you need to be playing something actually interesting, not like gotcha games constantly, you know? Like, there's some gotcha games that are actually fun. Not gonna say, like, there are. But let's be honest, those are not, like, full-on, like, games. Those are just spin the wheel, have fun, kind of gambling systems sometimes, which I don't like it, but sometimes you get them in loot boxes and shit, but it depends how fun you're having with the game, you know? That's what matters. That's what matters when you're having fun. But yeah, yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's what I said, because it's a generational thing. My generation, you know, goes and tells you know, your kids or whatever, my kids, they'll have the gaming memories of what I showed them, you know, kind of deal. So it's a generational thing. You know, that generation, 1980s and 1990s, those parents probably didn't play games, but they got their kids these games and they grew up with the games. So now they can show their kids these games that they grew up playing. So it's going to be like a generational pass on the torch kind of thing. And that's why it's going to be rising more and more, because, you know, my generation is getting to the point, you know, that they're going to be showing their kids this now and all that, you know? And it's just going to grow. It's growing even now. Holy shit. We got numbers here, boys. Holy crap. Video games connect people. Yep. Video games improve skills. Look at this. People, like, you know, governments always want to stop gaming, stop whatever. Look, it improves skills. Saving lives. You know, cognitive critical thinking, sharper skills, helps family members. Favorite devices. Here we go. Mobile. Wow. I don't know why people are mobile. I don't know what gamers these are. That's crazy. Ages of players. Help with parents. Parents have good connection with their children with gaming. Dude, you know, the government is trying to stop gaming, trying to censor it, all this and that. You know, they always try to, it's gaming that these things are happening. You know, those damn gamers, the bad things are happening. You know, all the gun violence and everything. It's because of these evil games. Remember, they constantly always said that. Well, when you see these numbers and you see all these factual information, it's actually a net positive. So they're trying to describe that gaming is bad when they find actually statistics that it's not. So they just blame that for just an issue. Maybe the issue is there's problems mentally in the country itself, maybe in the food or in the water, or maybe with medical conditions, or maybe the drugs people get, or maybe the medicine that you get. Have you not asked the question about that? Maybe that's why there's problems in the country, not because of gaming. You know, it's easy to just say, oh, gaming's it. Because there's a shooting game. There's violence. It's bad. Give me a break. How dumb do you think people are? Another interesting finding is how gaming is split fairly evenly between men and women, which is, that's bullshit. I think that's the biggest bullshit in this whole article. With 51 of the survey responding identified themselves as male and 48 as female. If you're trans, that does not count. That does not count. You have to actually put what you are. If you're a male, when you're male and you transferred into a female, you got to put yourself as male. Sorry. The essay also found that's just a fact. That's just a fact. Sorry. The essay also found there are several countries where significantly more women than men play video games, including Brazil and South Africa. Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. That I don't question that one. That could be a reason, but I still think there should be more men. For some reason, I always think it's more of a men thing than a women thing, you know? But in some instances, that could be true. That could be true. I'm not saying it's not. That could be true, like in Brazil and South Africa. The survey goes on, but it's mobile mostly. They keep on saying it's every genre, everything. No, it's just mobile. Keep in mind, it's just mobile. That's why it's evened out. It's mobile. I hate it that they're always saying, "Oh, look at it. It's increasing." It's mobile, dude. It's not a big deal. No one cares. The survey goes on to highlight how gaming has become a popular form of entertainment, whether for fun, relaxation, or to keep the brain sharp. However, it appears that a majority of gaming is taking place on smartphones. 55% of respondents said they preferred a game on mobile, while 21% picked PC, and another 21% picked console. Oh, that's funny. So PC's on the same level as console? Yo, where's all those people are saying, oh, console is always where it's at? PC's on the same level as console, apparently here. Mobile, I don't know why it's higher. There's a lot of casual gamers, I would say, on here. But I think that's very casual. 21 is on PC. People always say, oh, consoles are way better than PC. All this and that. PC's getting up there, dude. PC's probably getting higher up there than consoles are now. You know, some of these consoles are almost as affordable as a PC now. So I wouldn't say that no more. PC's up there, dude. PC's there. But yeah, that was the article. Interesting, though. Just wanted to highlight that. So middle-aged millennials are impacting or are the gamers of the generation right now. The most, I would say. That could change in a couple of years. That could change to a higher amount in the 50s. Or we can go back to maybe the 20s, where more younger people are playing games more than ever, which is probably true. There's probably still a lot of young people that play video games. It's just, I think it's that booming 1980s to 1990 that really inspired gaming the most, that generation. So, yeah. Interesting article, interesting way to look at it. But I hate it that it keep on saying, oh, it's split between men and women. In mobile, maybe. But in everything else, no. Not really. So it's very screwed. It's very, very biased. They want to say that females play more games than men, which is not true, I think. But in some situations, some countries might be different. You know. All right, guys. I think that's it for today. My voice is cracked. I'm done for today. There's so much topics we went through. So many things we had here to talk about with movies, TV, and gaming. A lot of that stuff going on. So, yeah. Thank you again, guys. Again, before we leave, or I leave the stream, like the stream and sub if you're new here. If you're lurking, I'd appreciate you sub on here or like or do anything. I appreciate it. It would really help the channel out very much. Really would. Anything would, to be honest. Yeah, I'll be back next week, guys, with more streams and more videos. Enjoy the new Uncharted fan tribute video on the channel. I hope you guys like it. It was a hard... It was a very difficult project video that I've been working on. I hope you like it. I hope you do like it. I just want to say that. But thank you again, guys. I'll see you guys next week. Should be the same time. I'll let you guys know in the posts, though, when I go live and what new videos are getting uploaded and all that. I'll let you guys know. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend, all. Have a good Friday and a good weekend. And I'll see you soon, all. Very soon. Where are we at? Okay. There's my outro. All right, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you.
Are you not entertained?